Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining the Citywide Council for District 75's February Business and Calendar meeting. We are now starting this meeting at 6:43 p.m. Unfortunately, we currently do not have interpretation for our meeting. So, Stephanie, what I will ask for you, Councilmember Bonilla, if you do see something in the chat, let's make her co-host. So if we have people that might need Spanish interpretation, could we lean into you possibly and into PA Ramirez to translate and assist there? And maybe anybody else that has a chance to do Google Translate to assist us anywhere else. We want to make sure we have equity. What say you guys? Yes? Yes. Bonilla, are you okay as well?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. With that being said, we are called to order. We do not have interpretation. However, we will transfer it over to our recording secretary, Councilmember White. If you would please give us a roll call.
Masuma Akhtar.
Here.
Rebecca Alley. Christy Angel.
Present online.
Stephanie Bonilla.
Present online.
Joanna Gomez.
Present.
Elijah Hobbs. Badaye Nassimi.
Present online.
Giselle Ramirez. Jessica Rivera. Sharon Stewart.
Present.
All right. So that is 7 present. We made quorum.
All right. Thank you so much, Recording Secretary White. That gives us quorum. Do we have anyone that is willing to be timekeeper? What I want you guys to know is I know it is very cold outside, and I do not choose to keep you there longer than you have to be there. So please look at our agenda. If I ask you to timekeep, that means if it's 2 minutes, if we have 1 minute left, just come off mute or just say out loud 1 minute. Keep us in sync, Miss Vice President. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Thank you for being timekeeper. Without that, let's see. Do we have Molly Sinak here from CIDNY for our presentation? Let's see. I do not see Molly or a representative. That means we can probably move it on to our, please note in the chat, Councilmember Rivera is present. Please note that for 6:45 p.m. All right, we do not have our presenter. We will keep an eye on her, but we will move forward with time. Can we pull forward presentation of Resolution 28? Before we go forward, Councilmember Bonilla, are you capable to allow people, everyone that's a co-host, are you able to help me on the end of allowing people to do the joining the room as we move through the resolutions, et cetera?
Yes.
Recording Secretary White, are you prepared to read Resolution 28?
Yes.
Alrighty, guys, this is something that CIDNY was bringing forward, and it's in support of fully funding the foundation aid formula. This is something that our council has brought forth before when we were talking about New York City, when we're talking about children that may be unhoused, when we're talking about the different ratio of people in our boroughs and the needs that we have. There are spaces that are not being adequately formulated within the formula to give us monies. Unfortunately, we do not have the presentation, but what we can do in support is read Resolution 28. Councilmember White, you have the floor.
Resolution in support of fully funding the foundation aid formula with key changes. Whereas foundation aid is the largest source of funding from New York State to New York City public schools and school districts across the state and is distributed through a per student funding formula. Whereas the foundation aid formula was intended to ensure school districts have the resources needed to provide students with a sound basic education and to ensure equitable distribution of funding to districts around the state. Whereas following years of advocacy, Governor Hochul and the New York State Legislature fully funded the foundation aid per pupil funding formula for the first time in 2023. Whereas the formula itself is currently outdated, remaining mostly unchanged since it was first adopted in 2007 using certain data for more than 15 years ago and failing to account for growing student needs and costs. Whereas the limited changes made in the final New York State fiscal year 2026 budget resulted in New York City schools receiving 314 million less than they would have received had the state had made no changes to the formula at all. Whereas the shortfall is largely due to an update to the poverty weight without updates to other key measures. A poverty weight that relies on the grossly inadequate federal poverty guideline of measuring poverty the same way in every school district across New York, even though costs look very different in different parts of the state. Whereas the formula's regional cost index is supposed to account for the varying costs throughout the state, but the values for most regions have not been updated since 2006. Whereas it is becoming increasingly difficult for families to be able to afford to live in NYC, and the formula has not been updated to help school districts pay for increased wages and growing costs and expenses. Whereas last school year, more than 154,000 in New York City students experienced homelessness. Students experiencing homelessness as well as students in foster care face significant barriers to education, but the formula provides no additional funding to help school districts meet their unique educational needs. Therefore, be it resolved that the Citywide Council for District 75 calls on Governor Hochul of the United States Legislature to fully fund the foundation aid formula with key changes, including an update to the RCI and an added per pupil weight for students in temporary housing and students in foster care. Therefore, be it resolved that CCD 75 calls on Governor Hochul and the New York State Legislature to make additional updates and changes to the formula to ensure that it meets the needs of today's schools and students, including students who need additional support to succeed in school. Therefore, be it resolved that CCD 75 will continue to advocate and keep our community informed of events and opportunities for advocacy.
Council members, I hope you had the opportunity to read this before. Thank you, Council Member Recording Secretary White, for walking us through this again. Do we have any questions? Of course, we do want to make sure that we leave room for public comment before we vote. But for those of us that are here, do we have any feedback on the resolution as it stands?
No.
None from the members present.
Would council members like to postpone this on to next month's meeting so that we may have the presentation in addition to the resolution to have further understanding?
Yes.
If we have a consensus?
Yes,
Yes?
yes, from all the members that are present.
And I see one, two, three, four. Yes. Okay. So then we have a consensus. Councilmember White, please note that we have a consensus to postpone with all council members as a vote to put this on the agenda for next month's meeting. Thank you so much. We will still leave space for the public to add any feedback that they would like to on resolution 28. We will now move to our town hall location. Do we have anyone from the district here? If not,
Okay.
I'm going to move forward. Who said I'm here? Who is
Patricia.
That? Hey, Patricia. Okay, so quick question. You may or may not know. I was speaking with Satya, and we're moving into the next bullet point for those who are here and for the recording. We're moving into our section of our town hall vote of location. Okay. Our town hall with the new chancellor will be on April 20th. And right now, the council had voted to have it between Queens and or Manhattan. Right now, we could do it at Q233, which is in Queens and accessible. And then we can also do 79M, the Horan School, which is in Harlem.
Okay.
I will say, is that the same information that you have?
It is.
Okay, perfect. So then, council members, it's been confirmed. I will say that I lean a little bit toward the Harlem space. I know that our new chancellor comes from that space. We normally do things in Lower Manhattan. We haven't done anything in Harlem before. So between 233 and the Horan School, do we have any feedback or debate regarding those two locations? I see
No.
Councilmember Rivera says Harlem. Any other members with feedback?
I would say Harlem too.
Mhm.
I would
Well,
say
yeah.
I heard who was that? Giselle said it. Okay, Giselle. I see Masuma. I see Rebecca. Joanna, did you agree for Harlem as well?
Harlem is yes, we all agreed, for the Harlem location.
All right. So, Michelle, I don't think that we need a consensus. We don't need a roll call vote since we have a consensus vote and everyone has verbally or electronically did it. But, council members, are you okay to not mark this as a consensus vote, or would you like to do roll call just in case?
Do roll call, just to be on the
All
record.
right. Recording Secretary Michelle White, could we please have a roll call vote in regard to having the April 20th Chancellor's Town Hall at the Haran School 79M?
Okay, Rebecca Alley, Masuma Akhtar,
Yes.
Christy Angel,
Yes.
Stephanie Bonilla,
Yes.
Joanna Gomez,
Yes.
Elijah Hobbs,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Badalia Nassimi,
Yes.
Jessica Rivera,
Yes.
Giselle Ramirez, Sharon Stewart,
Yes.
Michelle White, yes. Elijah Hobbs, yes. Nine votes for yes.
9 votes for yes. The motion has passed to have our April 20th Town Hall with the Chancellor at the Haran School 79M. We will push that forward. Thank you, Patricia. Please flag for us with Satya so we can get our permits, the ball rolling. Anthony, as well. I know we do have a walkthrough and different things of that nature. Thank you, council members, for getting this vote and moving this forward. Our next space, if we're able to share, this seems like one of the impossible things, but let's look at our motion to approve the purchase of technology. We wanted to move in transparency in regard to buying laptops. The last time the council was able to do this, it was during the pandemic, and all reimbursements were given forward to do that. In this case, our AA, which most people may not know, she has resigned, unfortunately. We do appreciate the work that she did do while she was here. And now we're using the work that she had before, to inform us in regard to the technology that we can purchase as we're coming to the deadline in our budget. What I've noticed is most of the laptops are between $400 to $800, and that would pretty much wipe our entire budget out. I'm not sure how we could find ways to support the council. We do know that we can do loaner computers and things of that nature to make sure that members have what they need when they show up. However, we may need to do a little bit of creative research or partner with the President's Council or somebody to figure out how we can possibly make sure that every council member does have technology. With that being said, can we just share the screen in transparency so members can see the numbers that were prepared for us? Oh, wait, excuse me. I'm on the wrong screen. That's me. So guys, as you can see, for Acers, it's between $484 to $577, and we would be multiplying that times 11. Which does anybody have a computer? I mean, a calculator in front of them? 577.11 is what? Let's see.
6,347.
Right. So that's how much money we would have to initially give to purchase this. The thing that you may or may not see, I'm not sure, and what Gabrielle gave us is that the DOE requires you to have insurance on these. So you would not only have to purchase these items, You'd have to then have it shipped over to the DOE. Once it's shipped to the DOE, we have to pay on 1, 2, or 3 tiers for additional monies per unit to have insurance, and then we could have them back. So it's even more than $6,000 to do. That's in transparency. So do we want to continue the conversation there or look at additional alternatives, or what say you, council members?
I have a question.
Who is
the
the question?
Elijah. Elijah.
Eli, okay, I can't see you. Hey, Elijah.
Hey. So I looked this over. I mean, the first question is, why are we choosing only Chromebooks? That's number one.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, that's number one, because I noticed all the options were Chromebooks. None of them were Windows devices, and for the same price, with a little bit more power and specs, you can get the same thing. I do understand that you need to get 11 of them. Are we still bound by using a vendor?
Yes, we are bound by using a vendor, and we only can use who we have a contract with. And when we initially tried, the contract was gone. The contract just came back, and this is the only place that we can get devices. It is not fair. It may not be right, and it's not cute.
Yeah, that kind of ties our hands for being as frugal as possible. And it's kind of monopoly, it's a little bit of a monopoly right now. I mean, just my opinion.
Your opinion wouldn't be incorrect in my space. I agree.
Christy?
Yes.
Okay. Quick question.
Yes.
So if you have your own computer, you wouldn't have to purchase one for certain council members, correct? Like I use my own MacBook, or this has to be for everyone?
Yes, if you do have your own devices, yes. However, we want to make the space for if we can support those who do not have devices.
Yeah.
As a council, we currently are meeting in the district office, but we are able to meet in every single borough rotating. And so we would have our owl, we would have our devices. For those of us that are online, we do need to be on camera. For those of us that are in person, we do want them to be able to read the chat and to be engaged. So we want to make sure if you don't have a device that we can support you. So in transparency, we're saying, hey, this is what we can do. And this is what it looks like, at least for right now.
Got it.
Why don't we do like 2 or 3 so that if someone needs to borrow one for some type of business, or if like we were somewhere and like how you like doing real time sign up stuff, like maybe we could take one for like things like that, but I don't think we need 11.
Yeah, like I don't know if I can.
I'm sorry, who am I talking over? I don't want to talk over anyone. Who's speaking?
Me, Giselle.
Hey, Giselle.
Hey. Yeah, I think I agree with Elijah and with Ms. White that why don't we just buy a couple of them, and then if we see that we need more, then we buy more. But I don't think we need 11.
Okay, so let's say this. Thank you, PA Ramirez. We do have the capacity to use loaner devices. That's one. But if we're going to buy a couple or a few, let's move into not semantics, but let's get very tight with it. A couple means 2, few means 3. And you guys know that we're going to pay $500+. So do we want to pay $1,000 or $1,500?
Can we, yeah,
President Angel, can I be acknowledged?
Yes, please. You have the floor.
Okay, so I understand some members might need access to these devices. However, why don't we table this at this moment and then inquire with the members of the council how many exactly need access to these type of devices in order for them to be able to function from wherever stations they're at. Specifically, right now, we all have access to phones, but also we don't want to inconvenience those members that are in a payment plan or whatever. So I think we should do another inquiry and then decide what's the best plan, because we already moved some things around in order to purchase like the owl,
Yes.
which was a great investment. So
Yeah.
if it can't be done at this juncture, then I propose for us to do it for the next fiscal year, but also keeping in mind that we need to make sure that all members have access.
Okay, guys, I would like to give the floor over to Recording Secretary White.
And I wanna know, is it possible that we could get somebody like donate us some laptops? Like maybe the school has something, the Board of Ed maybe have something that they can, you know.
Yeah, so the loaner devices we absolutely can use. When we do our digital ambassador workshops, we do have support with those, and we have devices that can follow us along the way that are available to us in the district office. Question, can we get a motion to postpone this indefinitely until we get further information to put it on an agenda?
Yes.
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 It's moved by,
I make a motion to postpone this until we're able to put it on the next agenda.
do we have a second?
I second it.
Elijah seconded.
All righty, it has been rightly moved. May we move into a roll call vote, Recording Secretary White?
Yes. I need one more of these, but, this one. Okay. Rebecca Alley,
Absent.
Masuma Akhtar,
Yes.
Christy Angel,
Yes.
Stephanie Benia,
Yes.
Joanna Gomez.
Yes.
Elijah Hobbs.
Yes.
Badaya Nasimi,
Yes.
Jessica Rivera,
Yes.
Giselle Ramirez, Sharon Stewart,
President.
yes.
Yes.
Michelle
Sorry.
White, yes.
Sorry.
Did you get yourself?
Yeah, I got myself.
Yourself.
But she's not, she's absent.
Okay. She's okay, better.
How many do we have for the?
9 votes for yes.
Do we have 9 members for quorum?
Yes.
We do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes.
PA Ramirez's vote today.
PA Ramirez.
Yes, she's present online.
Oh, no, I don't have her.
She didn't count her.
Oh, my bad. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will let the recording secretary stand correct. The motion has passed. We will postpone this indefinitely until we have further information for the technology vote. Thank you, council members. Our next space that we're moving into is our committee updates. I want y'all to know I'm so proud of the work that is being done. We have some working groups that are moving along. We have our home instruction principal extraordinaire, Todd Alessandro, with us. We are loving the work. We're loving what they're doing, how they're showing up. It is making a major difference for our students. With that being said, I am going to give the floor over really quickly to Council Member Jessica Rivera to talk about our home instruction working group. We did have Aaron and Christian's resolution, which is my son and her son. We have both. I am a former parent of a student in home instruction. She is a present parent of a student in home instruction. And so we are collaboratively working with the district, with the council, with the Division of Accessibility and Learning, and just great members of the team with home instruction to pull a lot of work forward to make sure that some of our students and parents that are invisible are seen and are counted. With that being said, Rivera, you do have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, President Angel. And I apologize, my camera is off. I have a little bit of tech difficulties, but nonetheless, the show will go on. Thank you so much. And again, so happy, everyone, that you're here. And I'm so happy to be sharing the updates with regards to our home instruction initiatives. So as of February 12th, we aim to finalize our parent guide and also the orientation video for home instruction. Again, these are going to be parent-facing materials with regard to the home and hospital instruction program, home instruction. Another thing that we will be going over for tonight are the protocols, the escalation protocols. So I am going to read the escalation protocols as follows. Allow me one moment. Yes, so with regards to escalation protocols, they are as follows. Escalations may be received through multiple channels, including parents, phone calls, 311, and other sources. Upon receipt of an escalation, the family support coordinator, that's Patricia, or the family leadership coordinator, that is Nora, promptly reaches out to the school to gather relevant details. Patricia or Nora, again, family support coordinator or family leadership coordinator, also contacts the parent to understand the nature of the concern and the incident. They will also work to clarify the issue and seek opportunities for immediate resolution when possible. If further action is required, the escalation is routed to the appropriate department for follow-up and resolution. So we wanted to touch on that with regard to our protocols for escalation with regards to home instruction. Another update, we are aiming to have a town hall to go over Chancellor's Regulation A170, which is basically the oversight of home instruction. And again, we are aiming for February 19th, potentially. And also another thing I would like to add while we are in here. So this applies to home instruction families. On Wednesday, February 11th, there will be bingo from 5 to 6 p.m. And the deadline to register for that is February 9th to register for that, for bingo. And another exciting piece of news is myself and second VP Stephanie Bonilla will be co-chairing a parent committee within home instruction. And our intention, and this is actively in the works, we are working towards raising a PTA within the home and hospital instruction program. And we are currently working through the logistics and legalities of that. Before I end as well, I just want to say thank you so much to Todd for the amazing work that he's been doing and just really, really, really whipping everything into shape and really making this program new. It's looking so much more new. Also, thank you. I see AP from Brooklyn in home instruction, May Lee. Thank you so much for joining us. I see you in our chat as well. And I also see my son's home instruction teacher in the chat. I saw him somewhere, Mr. Pedro. He's been doing a great job with my son. I don't know if he's still on, but if he is, thank you so much for the work that everyone here does. And again, thank you so much to President Angel again, and also second VP Bonilla as well. Just thank you to everyone. A big thank you. And thank you to the district leadership.
And just to piggyback that, because we are doing wonderful work, I want y'all to know it is a distinct difference in what's going on in home instruction. And I'm going to tell you, if something's bad or wrong, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to work on it, and we're going to make it good. We're not going to dog you out, but when it's great, we're going to show up and say it. And Todd Alessandro and his team has been showing up and showing out and moving in excellence for our children. And you guys need to know that. Thank you, Rivera, for giving us the update. Please do know we are currently working in our resolution. We are already down to section 6. Our chief special education, Andy, is working on the oversight and reporting. We are literally in the space of section 8 for community integration for our students in home instruction, because we want them to integrate and to remain connected to their schools and to have virtual peer events and academic supports and engagements. So we want you to know that we as a council, we're going to show up to make sure that our parents and our kids are not invisible. So we're going to be working with the district and with UFT and in anyone else that's involved to make sure that our babies get what they need and everybody is moving
30
on with
seconds.
the program, because faith matters. All right. So with that being said, we're very proud of the forward motion. Thank you to the working group. As Ms. Rivera said, and I won't, y'all know I be running long sometimes. So let's get back on board. Now, with our agenda, the next space is, thank you again, Rivera. We're moving to second Vice President Bonilla for your committee update, safety, busing, capacity, and utilization.
Thank you. I will start with safety update. Good evening, everyone. I would like to inform that our safety committee continue its work to strengthen the schools with safety oversight in alignment with their DOE policies and Chancellor's regulations. Pursuant to the Chancellor's Regulation A414, every school is required to maintain a functioning school safety committee and a current school safety plan that is reviewed review annually. Sorry. Da, 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 da. And documented safety meetings and follow-up. The safety committee reinforced exclusive emergency planning for students with disabilities and highlighted requires stakeholders participation, including school leadership, school safety agents, UFT representatives, PTA representatives, staff custodial facilities personnel, and co-located leadership where applicable. The committee also addresses secure entry system compliance, something that President Angel also stresses on making sure that our schools are making sure that our schools are safe, noting the expectation for immediate reporting and temporary coverage for all of these securities. Additionally, the committee is working to schedule a meeting with, oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost my place. Okay. We're working on to schedule the next meeting to include Safety Director Tara, who will be invited to present on safety oversight practices and how safety data reporting tracked across all schools. This presentation will support transparency and understanding of monitoring and accountability systems. Thank you. That's all for Safety Committee. I will mention now the update for capacity and utilization. For capacity and utilization, that committee, and we have been finalizing a structure framework to review DOE capacity and utilization and proposal impacts affecting District 75 programs. The framework includes DOE definitions, identifications of common D75 space challenges, educational impact statements, review questions, also known as EIS, and documenting red flags that trigger further review. The committee continues to monitor co-location and expansion proposals, assess functional space conditions, and advocate for equitable space and appropriate learning for environments that reflect the specialized needs for all these 75 students. Our next meeting for capacity and utilization is next week, February 11 at 6 p.m. For busing committee, the update is that we have a meeting scheduled for February 23rd at 6 p.m. We have not been able to meet for past couple months due to certain unforeseen reasons, but I am happy to be able to see you all again for February 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Second Vice President Bonilla. I'm going to be very brief with outreach. Last month, we did have our Include NYC Fair. We're going to go ahead and give it up to Councilmember Rivera, who showed up and she held it down alone. Now, I'm going to say why she did. Because there was a fire in the Bronx, and Second Vice President Bonilla showed up and showed out in the Bronx. She made sure that the district knew what the people needed. She made sure that the council knew what the people needed. And Rivera made sure that our outreach continued in the middle of it. So I want to say thank you for how you showed up for the community and how you showed up for the council. So thank you both there. I do want to say that we are moving forward for the outreach committee to do a workshop on seizures, a workshop on OPWDD, a workshop on placement, and a workshop for bullying. One of our council members brought it up. We need to make sure that you guys know what Respect for All is, that you guys know that you have a resource and outlet for your babies. If somebody's doing something that shouldn't be happening, or you need to know who to talk to, everybody has a representative for Respect for All in your schools. We will be moving through that to make sure that the parents are aware and the babies are protected. So thank you guys for bringing that up. Anything else, I want you guys to look for ccd75.org. We have our next upcoming meetings that are on that. If you are on our mailing list, you did receive an email this morning from ccd75.org from Wix. I will put that link, or Vice President Bonilla, if you can copy it over for me. If not, I got you. It'll let you sign up to every meeting that we have, either via the link or via our website. We want to keep you guys informed. Every meeting is recorded, and it is on CCD 75 Outreach on YouTube. All right, guys, I think we have the updates there for our committees. Do we have any level of unfinished business?
Not from here. None from the members present.
Thank you so much. Hearing none, do we have a motion to adjourn our business meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn the business meeting at 7:19 p.m.
Do we have a second?
I second it, Councilmember Masuma.
All right, the motion has been rightly moved at 7:19 p.m. We are adjourning our business meeting. And at 7:19 p.m., we are pulling to order our CCD 75 calendar meeting. Recording Secretary White, may we have a roll call?
Masuma Akhtar,
Present.
Rebecca Alley, Christy Angel,
Present.
Stephanie Bonilla,
Present.
Joanna Gomez,
Present.
Elijah Hobbs,
Present.
Fadaya Nasimi,
Present.
Giselle Ramirez, Jessica Rivera,
Present.
Sharon Stewart, present, Michelle White, present.
Thank you so much.
9.
That is 9 members present. That is quorum. Vice President Gomez, are you willing to remain our timekeeper?
Yes.
Thank you so much. We are now giving it back over to our recording secretary. As you guys know, again, we did lose our AA. However, we did hit our minutes, and I want y'all to know Recording Secretary White has been doing an extraordinary job. She is our chair of legislative committee. She has been working with me on that, which we have a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up this month down the pipe. But additionally, the way that she is studying and working to make that she has our records down and on lock for audit, y'all better pat her on the back, give it up, clap it up. She is literally moving in a space of excellence to make sure that our council moves in an adequate level, and we do appreciate you and thank you so much. With that being said, we do have the work that Councilmember White has been doing on our minutes. Anything that we do need to edit that you do see that's incorrect, we can make those edits on the back end. I will give her a minute to quickly speak about the minutes. And then with that, if we are all in consensus to approve the minutes as received with edits, we may be able to move on. Councilmember White, you have the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to,
Move forward.
yes.
All right. Do any council members have any edits that we need to make to the November, December, January meeting notes?
None from the members present.
All right. If not, you always can email us, let us know, and we will make those amendments on your behalf. Thank you so much for approving the minutes as received. We're now going to move into our Treasury report. Councilmember Alley is out today with approval. We want to put that on record. She did have an emergency with family. And we did also get feedback from Councilmember P.A. Ramirez. So we do want to make sure that we have that on record, that they did reach out appropriately with excuses for the council. All righty, for the budget, let me switch over. I don't think I can see. Two things. With our AA being gone, there is a vote that I would like to remove. She did not send over the last update for the purchase card. What you guys need to know is our P card is tied to a Department of Education employee. So now that we no longer have an AA, we no longer have a purchase card. Luckily, we did pay for what we needed for the year. This is something that we will have to consider by June of next year, July, excuse me. So with that being said, there will be a vote that I do want to put up to move every dime that's left in the P card back into the budget. I would actually like to move it into the annual report line. I'll say this, guys. It says $2,000. We've normally paid our writer who has been here consecutively for 3 or 4 years that we've been doing the report. She does have a doctorate. She is out of LA. She has a child that does have special needs, and she moves through the data on our behalf like a swordsman. I love her. With that being said, we also do get to vote on who we use as an annual report writer. However, knowing the level of work that goes into it, $2,000 is not going to do it. $5,000 is actually a very cheap ask. So I'm looking to try to get that line at least back up to that number. So my request would be that we could at minimum move the P card line into the annual report line. If not, it's something we can discuss. We can look at numbers and bring it back up in the March meeting. Also, the equipment line, we still have monies left over there. If we're not going to purchase computers, that $591.78, we can also move that to another line. So those items are in play. What I do want to ask is that I know Anthony Aguilar is there. He's our face liaison. Thank you very much. He's been showing up and supporting us greatly in the spaces without Gabrielle. We want to make sure that we support his workload now that he does have to put in our purchase orders, our reimbursements, and things of that nature. If you are behind, I have time to help you. Let's go ahead and get your monies. You deserve the reimbursements for the work that you're doing. It may not be a lot, but it's yours. So let's make sure the emails that Gabrielle did sit down with the months that you need to go ahead and pull forward, that you do so. If you need help, please let me know before the end of this week. Do we have any questions on the budget as it is so far? We have a $17,316 so far with change to use. Now, mind you, we will be adding a caterer for our awards dinner and other things that'll be happening. So we will get to break those items out, but we want to make sure that we use every dime that we get since we don't get many. Any questions? Yes, Vice President Gomez.
Well, no real question other than a statement, just because of what we said earlier during the business meeting. Since we held off on the purchase of the Chromebooks or the technology, the computers, until we better assess the needs of the council members, I wouldn't recommend us touching the equipment balance at this moment. But I do recommend us shifting the P card funds because we won't have access to it anyway for our general use or to immediately reimburse Anthony Aguilar so that, you know.
I do thank you for that, but I do think, and I don't have it in front of me, but I think that we're in this month where we would have to make a decision for the technology, which will happen prior to our March meeting. So we might need a special meeting if we decide to do technology, but we can decide that on the back end.
Repeat that again, please.
The deadline for technology is this month, which will happen before our March meeting. So we may need to have a special meeting. Go ahead.
So understanding that, shift those funds immediately if you have the votes right now, and then later on we could talk about shifting the funds again. So that we don't lose the monies.
So what I'm hearing you say is, council members, we would like to move the technology line and the P card line into the administrative consultant line for our annual report writer.
That is correct.
Do we have a motion for that?
I motion.
Let's see. Is that a council member with their hands raised in the chat?
Councilmember White,
Yes,
motion.
Which council member? Is it you, Bonilla? I'm sorry, I couldn't
I'll have
see.
my hand up. Yes,
Yes, Bonilla, go ahead, please. You have the floor.
I don't agree. I agree with not moving the equipment line. I don't agree with moving funds into the administrative line because I want to look more into it. It's my first time knowing about our annual consultant, and I want to know if we could use the funds for something else. So I feel like if that line could wait until March, or the computer line, I thought that we said that we were gonna look into the computers to see if we needed 2 or 3.
Can I say
All right,
something?
noted. We do hear Second Vice President Bonilla, and I do want to make a point. We're not going to get an annual report writer under $5,000. So trying to make it less would kind of be a moot point. It would be us writing that document, and that's way too much of an ask. I'm going to be honest because I've been the main person running point on it. I'm not going to lie. With that being said, I will make a point of making an annual report committee this month, the meeting, to walk everyone through what it looks like, what our priorities are, what are the goals that we voted on, what that looks like in rounding it out. What do your committee end of year reports look like? What is it that we ask of a annual report writer? I have no problem walking everyone through it. Just be under the understanding that we're going to at minimum need to vote in the writer by April. Worst case scenario. How do people feel about that?
That makes
I'm
me
sorry.
feel more comfortable.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Anyone else?
We have questions over here, because I think what it is, don't we lose the money if we don't allocate it now before?
If we don't allocate the money now, we will lose the money for technology. However, there is someone in the chat, Miss Vega, that says she has a corporation that could help us get laptops for free.
Awesome.
So that's the understanding, guys. If we don't go ahead and move, we may have to have a special meeting to make the deadline if we choose to buy 1 or 2 laptops. We can find that out via email, etc. But if we don't do it now, people are lenient with us. I think is Mo here in the audience? Our SGO. I thought I
Yes,
saw
I'm
him.
here. I'm here. How are
Can you
you?
help us out with that deadline, Mo?
Yes, absolutely. So the deadline to do the budget mod basically is today, and the
Oh, it's
deadline to,
today.
yes, the deadline for equipment to generate purchase order is February 11th. So we must have, if you need to buy those Chromebooks, you must submit the purchase order no later than February 11th. Because DOE will remove all equipment after February 11 and none of them will be available.
All right. Thank you, Mo. So
You're
hearing that
welcome.
information and being informed, council members, do we choose to move $1,000 out of parent engagement into the equipment line to supplement for devices, or do we want to move 700, make it $1,000? Hold up, let me see. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. The equipment line currently has so do we want to move like $600 over from parent engagement?
I don't know.
You mean 591.70? Hold on, parent engagement.
Yeah, we can round up unless, if y'all want to be specific, I'll be specific with you.
Okay.
Parent involvement, 4,700.
Like $510 or something. Like, do we want to move like 500 and something? Whatever we don't use, we can still technology line that we need to have supplied now. Is anyone married to a number?
We want to shift whatever we have to do to shift the money now is what we want to do.
Whatever money that we can shift over to make it $1,000 equally is what we'll shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear you, Bonilla. Thank you for your yes. Gomez, yes.
Okay, so my opinion may not be popular, but understanding all of the deadlines and seeing where we're at. The 11th is next Wednesday, and we're already like past due in terms of the deadline for this thing. I think that we should move the 591 with 78 cents to another line immediately, as opposed to putting shifting more funds into that technology line because we're still in the same predicament. And whether we
Okay,
purchase.
so wait, council members, are we in a, wait, let me hear you clearly because there's a couple of things going on here. Joanna, I'm going to need you to go back and amend your motion for us to postpone indefinitely until we got the numbers for technology, because we're now shifting into a vote to move money on the line for technology. So we'll rescind that vote so that we can move forward into moving monies.
No.
Go ahead, Joanna, clarify for me.
I'm so sorry. We don't want to rescind the vote because I think some of us here do not want to shift monies into the technology line at this time. The vote that we placed earlier would be for the next fiscal year to consider putting funds in that
for the next
technology
fiscal
line.
year. Okay,
Yes.
so then what I'm hearing is, okay, that we don't want to move money into the technology line. We do want to move money from technology into the administrative consultant line, or into what? What line are we moving the 591 out of?
I would move it into the administrative consulting line. We are like, whoever works like in administration knows that you can't get a consultant for that price range. At least a good one. $5,000 is lowballing it. So that, you know, so I'm just putting it out there. And it is an incredible amount of work where you need other eyes other than the council members' eyes in order to put this document together to account for all of the great work that's being done by the subcommittees.
I would stand in agreement. Do we have a motion to move the $591.78 from the equipment line into the administrative consultant line?
Councilmember White, I motion to move the 591.
And
do we have a second?
I, Stephanie Bonilla, second.
May we move into a roll call vote?
Masuma Akhtar.
Yes.
Rebecca Alley. Christy Angel.
Yes.
Stephanie Bonilla.
Yes.
Joanna Gomez.
Yes.
Elijah Hobbs.
Yes.
Fadaya Nasimi.
Yes.
Jessica Rivera.
Yes.
Sharon Stewart.
Yes.
Michelle White. Yes. 9 votes for yes.
All right, the motion has passed. We are moving the 591.78 from the equipment line into the administrative consultant line. Thank you all so much for moving that vote forward. We will now move into our president's update, and y'all know I love to save time, so I'm going to try to move through quickly. So,
President Angel.
Yes,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Before you proceed, I think we were considering moving the P card funds as well, disencumbering that.
Thank you. See, this is why you need extra people. Thank you, Vice President. Can we have a motion to move the purchase card remaining funds into the administrative consultant line?
Does that mean that with the parent involvement line, we're not gonna move then until we
can move anything anytime until we hit a hard stop in March. So yeah, we're just moving things now because she's gone.
My question is
the P
about
card
the
gone.
parent involvement line. What we had asked before was
Mhm.
the $5,000, but we were gonna come back next month, or we have until April to come back for that one.
The $5,000 is still there.
It's there.
No,
Yeah,
I
we haven't
know.
touched that.
I know. I'm just saying, but that
What
was
do you mean,
how
will we discuss breaking that part down?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes, for sure.
Okay.
You guys will get emails about that, and when we have to do bids, guys, because we're using purchase orders for different things. So we have to research vendors 1 through 3, find the lowest bidder, and then we can move forward with those monies. But we absolutely are transparent. You guys will know what we're trying to do, see the menus or see the vendors for everything. Yes, absolutely.
Right. So what I would like is to not touch the parent involvement funds until we've
this isn't parent involvement isn't a part of this discussion.
I agree with VP Gomez about moving the P card.
Okay, perfect. Does anybody else have feedback?
I just want a motion to, for the council to move the P card 1,500 to the, administrative line for the annual report.
Just a correction, we want to move the remaining amounts to 1,500 was the initial amount. And I know that we made a few purchases. And since Gabrielle is not here, we don't know to the dollar amount of what's in the P card. But what we will ask, and hopefully, Mo, if we're wrong, let us know, that the remaining funds on the P card be moved into the line item for the administrative consultant.
Yeah, we're gonna try. Yes, we're gonna try to move the remaining funds to administrative consultant. And I also have a suggestion since Gabriel left. I'm not sure if you're gonna need the local travel and meeting expense, the $500 there. That was originally for the AA. Since you don't have an AA, you could move that to another line. It's your decision. And also the printing, the $300 printing there, you could move it if you are not planning to use it.
So that's $800. Guys, do we want to amend this motion to move the, thank you, Mo.
You're welcome.
Do we want to add the P card line, local travel, and, what did he just say? P card, local travel.
Printing.
Printing.
Printing's at
And printing.
$300.
P
Yep.
card, local travel, and printing into the administrative line.
I agree. And then it could also help with the amount that we was trying to give in the first place.
Wonderful. Vice President Gomez, are you willing to amend your motion?
I need somebody to second it. I already made the motion.
You gotta edit it.
No, to amend the motion, to amend the motion. Are we okay to amend the motion?
Okay, to include printing and, the P card, right?
Printing, the P card, local transportation, and printing. So we will be moving P card, local transportation, and printing into the administrative line.
Okay. I motion.
All righty, so we can have that amendment.
To amend the P card, local travel and, meeting expenses and the printing to the administrative line.
And does the second still remain?
I second.
Wonderful. May we move into a roll call vote?
Masuma Akhtar?
Yes.
Rebecca Alley? Christy Angel?
Yes.
Stephanie Bonilla?
Yes.
Joanna Gomez?
Yes.
Elijah Hobbs?
Yes.
Fadaya Nassimi?
Yes.
Jessica Rivera?
Yes.
Sharon Stewart?
Yes.
Michelle White? Vote of 9.
Wonderful. The motion has passed. Move the P card, local travel, printing to the administrative consultant line. Thank you, council members, for moving that forward. Am I remiss for anything else on the budget, or may we move forward?
I just want to also mention one more thing. Since we're going to be moving the remaining balance of the P card is going to be stopped as of February, as of the time we're going to stop it, which is most likely by next week. And if you have any monthly charges for website or anything, you might use one of the council P card or a credit card or whatever, since we're gonna stop the P card. I'm not sure if you charge the monthly website to the P card.
I got you. So this time, what Mo's saying, you guys may not know it. Before, when we did not have a AA, we had to pay out of pocket, and those of us that wanted to had to keep the council going, paying $34 a month for our website. So what we do know is our marketing and our Wix is paid for the year, which means we have to figure out a new plan or have a new AA by June, July. Otherwise, we should technically be okay, except for Canva. That was something that was going to be monthly, I believe.
No,
I can make it.
That was
No, we voted for the year.
If it's yearly, then I stand corrected. If there's any space, let me just say this: if there's any space
Can
for
anybody
council
else
needs
correct
anything,
me? But I believe
yeah,
that
I could be very wrong. I don't have it in front of me. Okay, so we stand corrected. It is yearly. So everything that we need should already be paid for. If there's other stuff, I do graphic design and better. So I have access to a lot of stuff. You guys can always use me. But right now, having her turn off the P card doesn't necessarily stop anything. It just changes our flexibility of what we can buy when we could buy it. But so far, so good. Do we have any other questions on the budget?
So we don't need it right now for a monthly for the website.
No. We're good for the website.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All righty, so can I jump into the president's report now, y'all? I'm joking. If we're clear, hearts and minds are clear with the budget, we will move into the president's report. So I'm going to quickly give a few updates. Thank you. On January 27th, we hosted our puppetry and education event. And we were really excited, guys. We had 54 attendees from several of our schools all over the boroughs, including teachers and school staff. And it was a really great experience. And we want to give a huge thank you to Wonder Sparks and to Brita Passione for an engaging and meaningful program. And FYI, we have 10 scholarships that we have to give out. We will be sending that out via the district to make sure that we continue to push forward the work for our verbal students, nonverbal students, and students that could use any level of extra communication assistance. We are looking forward to our May 22nd showcase. With that being said, I don't know if many of you are familiar with Megan Pfeiffer, but she is the first Black female puppeteer on Sesame Street, and she will be our guest judge. So we are very excited to move that initiative forward with the council. Also, on January 30th, we held our third CUNY event. We stopped in Queens. Guys, it was so much snow and it was so cold. 465 people registered, but 179 of them pushed through and came. And we nominated 173 of them. It was an amazing space. I want to say thank you to the working group, to District 75 HR, Sub Central, Dial, UFT, Henry Renulus, the principal who gave up his space, the superintendent and our deputy superintendent, because they are CUNY alumni and they show up to show what is possible and love. So guys, I want you to know we are moving to our next stop, which will be Manhattan on March 24th. So we know it's going to be a little bit warmer. People are going to show up in numbers and we are going to support. And I want you guys to know that HR heard our council when we said we needed a little bit more support in the retention of people who come. And they made an HR room. And it changed the game. People got to get questions answered on site, and they knew immediately what they needed in addition to our checklist that we made. So I'm proud of the work that we're doing with this initiative, and thank you again for everyone that's working in partnership. On January 29th, we were able to go to 993, the Motion Picture High School. Thank you, PA Giselle Ramirez, for making this connection. Council members, we will absolutely make another visit. I believe Superintendent McCoy might be going tomorrow. This school is epic. First of all, kudos to Principal Lopez, Principal Longsheen for the level of inclusion that they are doing. Guys, I went to school for media management. These kids in high school are getting what we would get on a collegiate level, and so are our babies. It's beyond impressive what they're doing, and it's great to see the level that we have District 75 principals and co-located schools moving in tandem together. In one, I haven't seen it on that level in a very long time, and it's impressive. And I know that the superintendent is using them in different spaces. We have a lot of artists, a lot of companies that are working with them. And so as a council, if we have places where we can show up, just like with the hip hop school, let's do what we can to push this forward because they are moving in a powerful way and the inclusion is amazing for our children. Also, we're actively working on our legislative breakfast, which is March 23rd. Thank you, Chair Michelle White. We're looking into having our legislative breakfast meeting for the committee, I believe, on the 12th. Don't get me wrong, that will be coming up. It will be on our website and blasted out for those of you who have joined our listserv. If you have not, please do join ccd75.org so that you can be supported and be on the lookout. As a quick reminder, our school construction authority requests have gone out to principals. I know a few of you have missed the deadline. It's okay. They stretched it out. So we're going to send out a few more reminders. We will have Vice President Bonilla assist us as she is our capacity and utilization person. So she'll make sure to do a little bit of follow up so that we have what we need so that we can prioritize your recommendations. We do get to pick our top 5 recommendations per borough. So please do make sure to put those items in. We know that you put them into your community education councils, but please do allow us to still have voice and to support you as well. And to wrap it up, again, our home instruction office, thank you guys for the working group. Thank you for the council for the work that you voted on. Thank you for everyone for the work that we're doing. And again, to follow up, don't forget your reimbursements. Let's get this work done and get paid for the money that you're doing. That is my wrap up. And we will now move on to our next bullet point, which would be our illustrious superintendent, Dr. McCoy.
Christy, do you mind if I share my screen?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay, awesome.
Do you need me to make you co-host?
I think I should be good.
Okay. I'm going to make you co-host anyway. There you go.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see we have some of the principals on tonight. Just want to show them some love. So thank you guys for coming on. Yesterday we had a wonderful meeting as President Christie shared with home instruction. It was a great working group. So definitely want to shout out Todd and the work he's doing to make sure that the parents are involved and the work that they're doing together collaboratively. I always steal this line from Dr. Huggard when he says, the power of collaboration. I just love how he says that. And it's so true that, when we have collaboration and we work together as a team, as one voice, it's nothing but greatness that happens. So just want to shout them out. And I know John, I believe, is also on. So I want to say hello also. To all the parents, I hope everyone's enjoying this cold weather and staying nice and warm and getting that hot cocoa if you need it, or coffee or tea, whatever it may be. And to everyone else, I know some district staff is on, and to my partner in crime, Dr. Huggard, thank you for coming on. All right, so I'm going to start with some updates, and then we will flow through the rest of the deck. So on the 12th of January, 79M, 138M, 138M, it's twice. 79M, 138M, and actually it's 721M, so that should be changed, came together and participated in a future collaborative wellness event. It was on a Saturday. It was great. Dr. Huggard and I went, and it was just a great time. Parents were there. There was great food. There was great activities, music, and they had just great wellness things happening for the families. There was also some resource agencies that were there that the parents were able to engage with. On the 13th of January, visited 37R with Dr. Corey and the entire school community. And they're doing some amazing things at that school in Staten Island, very deep in literacy, very focused on literacy. And at that school, she has an Ames classroom. They have a Boy Scouts. The parent leaders are very strong, very involved. And it was just a great, great visit and great time. On the 14th of January, spent some times with Deputy Chancellor Rux, one of the chiefs from DSL, Chief Demango, Miss Renee Klager, and we visited 373R program, which is a co-located school with PS 48. And we observed student engagement and some impactful small group instruction. On the 22nd, alongside with Fody, Andy, the superintendent for that district, Dunn, and Principal D, and the Gen Ed principal, her name is Principal Danielle. We participated in a wonderful inclusion visit, and we had a beautiful student-led panel. The school is actually MS 915, and just to hear the way the students speak in regards to what they would like their future to be what they would like to do in their future, and just things that they love about the school and how the school was so helpful and impactful. And just to see how those two principals, a D75 and a gen ed principal, work together in an inclusion setting, it was just remarkable. So I know, yes, as President Christie said, tomorrow I will be going to 993 Q to see another amazing inclusion program, but definitely this one also was just thumbs up for it. Great job. Next slide, please. On the 23rd, visited 256Q with CCD 75 President Christy Angel. We visited some, wait, go back. My memory's good, but not that good. Okay. We visited. I went with Christy Angel and we toured classrooms. We had a wonderful conversation with the UFT chapter leader. His name is Mr. Hans Mary Show. He spoke so highly of the school. He's been around for a really long time. And just how he spoke about Principal Lopez and the great work that they together have been doing. And sometimes there is contention between CSA and UFT, but for them to have a common denominator of student progress and student success and really pushing the school community, it was just great to hear that language from both of them. And also, he has an amazing AP. Her name is Gorski. She's very, very nice. And we had a great, great visit at visiting that school. On the 24th, Dr. Hugger and I visited 771K with Principal Vinette, another Saturday, and her AP Noel, and they had another wellness program. I got a wonderful massage that I did not want the young lady to stop. And they had yoga happening. They had really great food and just positive energy. Hung out with some of the parents. We took some photos and we had a really, really good time. Next slide, please. These are some of the schools that I've visited so far, just for these I say a month, and more to come. I'm trying to get to all of them. I'm on my own little tour. Next slide, please. So attendance. So attendance is very, very important to District 75. I do work very closely with the attendance director to make sure that we are really, really pushing that attendance in all the schools. Currently, the attendance is 81.9%. And we are just pushing it to go higher and higher. Schools do a lot of great work of having attendance team meetings and really reaching out to the families to see why they're not attending and how they can support them to attend. Of course, if OPT is an issue, we have the two liaisons at the district, Minnie and Jackie Ortega, that support that work to get rideshare in order or to support the parents in regards to getting a route for OPT. And those are the two that the principals are currently aware of who to contact if there is an issue. They must keep the district, keep the district knowing what's happening so that we can support them. Next slide, please. So this is one of the Bravo moments. Some of the principals are always sending me some great, great things. So this is actually 369K, Principal D. She actually had a visit from one of her students who successfully was decertified from D75, doing an awesome job in high school, and will be has earned a full scholarship to Hunter College and a half scholarship to Stony Brook University. So I love when they send me these awesome things. I tell my principals, send them to me so we can show off and just see what's happening in the schools. Like, we can't be there, but this is one way that I'm able to keep a pulse of what's happening in the schools. So I love when they send me this great stuff. Next slide, please. So this is an amazing, cute story. This is from 75Q. President Christie and I went to visit a school. We ended up going to the wrong school, but it was a D75 school, which was at 75Q. As we get into the school, the actual inclusion sets provider, D75 teacher, looks at us. We look at her. We're like, "Hi, we came to visit your school." She says, "Okay, I had no idea you were coming." So we says, "Okay, well, we're here, so we want to walk around." So as we're walking around, we're visiting all the classrooms. We're having conversations with the gen ed. We saw the gen ed principal. We saw the gen ed teachers. And then we bump into this amazing student who's a D75 D75 student. His name is Alex Alvarez. He's on the honor roll. They spoke so highly. He is one of our D75 students in inclusion, doing some awesome work. And what was really touching to me is that we went to the wrong site, although it was a D75 school, and it was popping. And I know Christy's probably laughing right now because we were cracking up, but it was just so good. We saw the real work, and the real work was truly happening. And it was great to meet Alex. We talked about Alex, and then we happened to see Alex as we were in the hallway, and they said, "This is Alex." We were like, "Come here, we were just talking about you." And that's how we got this photo. So it was just a great time of laughter, and then of just great news of what's happening in inclusion at 75Q, and that's James Thorpe School. Remember that, Christy? President Christy. Next slide, please.
That's one of the best places when they're not prepared for us and you still see greatness.
And we're like, we're not going nowhere. It's pouring outside. We're staying right here.
Yep.
So it was really a great visit. Okay, so another Bravo moment on pathway to graduation. District 79 and District 79 and District 75, we have a new collaboration happening at 993, where they're going to be doing a partnership. This is the first one in Queens, and they're going to be providing students with the potential to earn a high school GED, pretty much. And we have it in Staten Island at 721R. We have it at 3 schools in the Bronx, 754X, 176X, and 17X. So it's just great work that the principals are out there hitting the ground and doing some awesome things. Want to shout them out. Next slide, please. Okay, I'm done. It's all yours, Dr. Huggard.
Thank you, Dr. McCoy. Good evening, everybody. It's always good to be in this space. Always good to see everybody. And I just want to echo Dr. McCoy's sentiments and just give a shout out to President Angel and Ms. Bonilla and Ms. Rivera and Todd for the work that they did with home instruction. I mean, just to be able to be in that space with you all yesterday at the home instruction office and just to see the framework that you built around parent-facing documents. I can't wait to see what else you bring as you continue to build practices and put systems and structures in place to support our families throughout the home instruction process. So I just want to give you all a shout out and say the work and the different things that y'all did to create that transparency for parents is just unbelievable. And I appreciated being in that space yesterday. All right, that said, let's jump into the slides. We've been visiting schools. We've been spending a lot of time in schools over the past few months. And in the month of January, I'm excited to say that I was at this past week at 643X, one of our newest DBNs in the Bronx, Principal Parrish. And I just had an amazing time at her school. I was able to spend time in the classrooms with the students. I was able to sit with Principal Parrish and her team to talk about some of the different things that they have going on within a school community around assessments, around the curriculum. I saw students engaged in HMH. I saw students engaged in Retopia Go. So I just want to give Principal Mary Polish a shout out for the amazing work that's happening at her school. And then we made our way from the Bronx to Brooklyn over to Principal Courtney Rattenberry School. And at her school, I had the opportunity to participate. I mean, the things that she has around transition is unbelievable. I was able to participate in a podcasting studio with the students. I went into the podcasting studio. The students asked me questions about my position, questions about how did I get into education. They asked me, what did I start off as in education? They asked me where was I from. So it was a great experience to be with Miss Rattenberry's students in that podcasting studio. And then in one of the other rooms, the other spaces, she had like a print shop where they had like Cricut machines, and the students were showing me, teaching me how to create sweaters and shirts and different things with the Cricut machines. I enjoyed it. I mean, I had an amazing time. So I learned a lot. I knew nothing about how to utilize the Cricut machine. And after I left that room with the students, I said, wow, it was an amazing experience. So I want to give her a shout out for that. And then I visited 4K, went to another school in Brooklyn with Principal Ashley Smith. And at Principal Ashley Smith School, they were utilizing Rethink. Rethink is a platform that's geared towards social emotional learning. So I really enjoyed seeing her students and staff engaged in the Rethink platform. It was amazing to see. It focuses on social emotional learning, how to deal with conflict resolution, how to deal with behaviors, and just to see the students engaged in that work was amazing. And at 469X back in the Bronx, we have at the Taft High School, the 10th graders are actively engaged in early college credit earning coursework with BCC. So just want to give a shout out to Janine Tubiolo for the work that she's doing with Future Ready. And that work is happening through the Future Ready work that's happening at a few of our schools across District 75. Dr. McCoy and I were invited to an amazing event at P77K, main site on January 28th. DC Fody was also at the event. Last year, one of Principal Russell's students received an award for a film contest hosted by Mosak. Can you lift that up for me? Hold on, something is in the way. Film experiments, and it was sponsored by Newman's Own. And I just want to say it was amazing. It was amazing. The student mother came out. I mean, in the gymatorium, the gymatorium was packed. There was students, I mean, probably, I think all sites came out to this event just to see one of the students honored and receive an award for winning the film contest. And they also had Bronx Green Machine present. Bronx Green Machine came out. They donated some more materials to the school so that students could do some food growing within the school community. It was amazing. Next slide. And I want to say, and I know President Angel spoke to this. The sub para CUNY event was amazing. I mean, it's but just being in that space when it was near and dear to me because when I came into District 75, I started off as a paraprofessional at 754X, and when we walked into 721Q, and when we saw the number of candidates that filled that gymatorium up, that was there looking to become a paraprofessional for District 75, it was amazing. I mean, a lot of people showed up and showed out. A lot of candidates, they had the opportunity to visit classrooms, meet the students, meet the teachers. There was a paraprofessional panel where other paraprofessionals sat on stage and spoke about the work that they do or did as a para. And actually, some of the paras that sat on stage were paras that turned teachers. So it was amazing just to be in that space and listening to the staff members talk about what it is and what it means to be a paraprofessional for D75. So President Angel, I just want to shout you out for that vision and for making sure that that vision came into fruition. It was just it was just amazing to see. I had a great time, and I can't wait to see what you bring to the Manhattan sub-para community. All right, can we go to the next slide? We're opening up new sites across the city, new D75 sites. Just to start, we have sites opening up in Brooklyn. We co-located schools. We have 15K 428 that's going to be opening, which is K4. We also have K280, which is going to be in Brooklyn, 15K 442. We also have a site at K004, the DBN, which is going to be at 18K 235. 141K is going to be opening up a new site. 396K is going to be opening up a new site. And 372K is going to be opening up a new site. So if you look at the chart right here, next to each site, you see the DBN. 371K, they're going to be opening up a site with 6 sections. 053, they're going to be opening up a site with 8 sections. So, and then 141K and 396K, they're going to be opening up a site with 12 sections. You go to the next slide. And we also have in Queens, we have 811Q that's going to be opening up a new site, 177Q, 438Q, 438Q, and 751M. Schools that are in the process, and just so you know, Minnie Paulson, our executive director, is on the line. A lot of schools receive their Chromebooks. A lot of schools, and I know schools have been reaching out to families to come to the school buildings to pick up their Chromebooks. As I visit schools, principals are telling me that families are coming in, they're picking up their Chromebooks. Family workers, parent coordinators, they're doing a lot of outreach. They're reaching out to the homes to make sure that our students get the laptops that they've been allocated that's at the schools. Thank you so much. Can you go to the next slide? Last but not least, we have our 10th annual STEM Fair. We are back at the American Museum of Natural History, and we cannot be more excited. Last year, we were at the Museum of Natural History, and it was amazing. It was just an amazing space to be in, and we had an amazing time. A lot of the schools showed up, students came, and I mean, they just came and they presented their projects. A lot of staff members walked around to kind of view the projects that the students put together. We took pictures. The students were able to explain and speak to the work that they did throughout the school year. So we're excited. Just be on the lookout for that. And we support the STEM team. We have a lot of district staff members. You go back. We have a lot of district staff members that are going to support the STEM team by volunteering for the event. So there's going to be a lot of hands on deck. We pretty much on this day, we empty out the district office and make sure that all staff members, all district staff members are on deck to support the students. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass it over to Nora and Patricia.
Thank you, Dr. Hoggard. I just want to say good evening to everybody. I'm really excited. I'm looking out into the crowd and I see a lot of our parent leaders on the call. I just wanted to say thank you. In terms of family engagement, we have a lot going on within the next few months. For me in particular, I just want to share that, parent associations and parent association elections is definitely at the forefront, and to support that process and to make sure that I'm available for our parent leaders. I've scheduled a series of family leadership coordinator office hours where parent association leaders or potential leaders can meet with me. It's a pilot. The intention is to provide an opportunity for parent leaders to meet me in this link at these times with any questions or concerns. It's just an informal space so we can have these conversations. Next slide. On March 28th, we will continue. We will continue to Queens for the Stress-Free Saturdays. The initiative was designed to reduce stress, promote wellness, and give back to families. It'll be in partnership with the Borough President, Donovan Richards Jr. The event featured a variety of activities. If you went to the Stress-Free Saturday in December in the Bronx, it's going to definitely be on that same level. And Brooklyn will be the next stop on April 18th. I do see a few fathers here who joined us for our last Fathers Alliance meeting in January. I just want to say that we had over 80 fathers join us throughout this meeting. It was a powerful meeting supported by TWAPA and Johnny Bradford, one of our assistant principals, and I want to say thank you and a shout out to them, as it was an incredible and powerful session where fathers had the opportunity to talk about their experiences and make those connections. In alignment with that, our next upcoming Fathers Alliance will be held on February 23rd. It will be on Zoom, but guest speaker Peter Coleman from Care Design will be joining us as the initial speaker to share about OPWDD and the care management process with Care Design, giving fathers the opportunity to learn about resources, the importance about learning about resources, and how they can help their children at home. Next slide. On February 7th, actually this Saturday coming up, is the Family Peer Group. I'm very excited about this piece, as it is an opportunity for families across District 75 to come in person and to join together. It's the way the flow of the day is that it's a 3-hour session. We provide Metro cards, we provide childcare, we provide lunch, we provide a space for you to learn. We have a presentation on the 5 love languages in parenting, where sometimes love needs no words, and our children communicate that in so many ways. And this is an opportunity for you to learn how to see that within your own child. Include NYC, Ruth Jeroma is going to be joining us and facilitating an advocacy skills for families workshop. And of course, we have the CCD 75 President Christy Angel facilitating a a program based on technology and ensuring that our families are digital ambassadors. So it's a digital ambassadorship program, and it's incredible. The laptops will be there, and we will be there as well to support you. We will have in-person interpretation in Spanish, Mandarin, and Bangla, as well as childcare, lunch, and some really fun raffles. Next slide. All right, so New York City Schools account continue to be a hot topic. We want our families to have those NYXA accounts open. Without those New York City Schools account, you can't see your child's transportation. You have access to so much, and we want to support you. And we're going to do this on March 3rd at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. I'm going to be facilitating a very short NYXA workshop. I'm going to show you how to open up your NYX account. And what I'm really excited about is that we're going to have all of our parent coordinators on these calls at 12 p.m. and at 6 p.m. And the intention is if you come and if you join us in these meetings and you do not have a New York City Schools account, your parent coordinator will be put with you into a breakout room and they will support you in your account creation. So definitely join us. If you have any NYXA questions, this is an opportunity for you to ask. If you need your account creation code, this is an opportunity for you to get it. This is an opportunity for you to open up your account. So definitely come and join us. I'm going to make it really fun. I'm going to try to make it corny by putting on New York City songs and just make it a little party, a little festive. And at the end of it, my hope is that you would walk away with your New York City Schools account. And going back to parent associations, again, I see our parent association parents on this call. I actually met with a few of them throughout the past few weeks, so I'm really excited that they're here. Again, very appreciative of your support, your collaboration, and your support of your school communities, of course, representing your families and your children. But the work isn't over, and I want for us to come together on March 17th. I'm going to hold 2 sessions at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. And I'm going to go back to basics. We are going to do a parent association, parent teacher association elections overview. PAPT elections 101, and we're going to go over the process. And the idea is that I want us to get to June with all of our school organizations with an established parent association executive board. And I want you to join me in that process. So I hope to see you then. And interpretation, of course, will be available in Spanish, Mandarin, and Bangla in all of these forums. So I'm really looking forward to connecting with parent leaders and with potential parent leaders, so that way we can dive into this work together to support our school communities. Thank you so much. And I pass the baton over to Family Support Coordinator, Patricia Oliver.
Hello, good night. As Dr. McCoy and Dr. Hoggard echoed, it was actually very much like an eye opener and a good time just being able to spend time with you, Christy, along with Jessica and Miss Stephanie Bonilla yesterday, and Todd with home instruction, just to be able to like work towards and tweak certain things that you guys have wanted to adjust and work on in the system. So I'm going to speak on behalf of transition. These are just a few things that's taken place and a few updates. So they had the guardianship and future planning, where they did the guardianship process and were able to look at the overview for the ABLE accounts. On 127, they did the disability program and student inclusion initiatives at the City University in CUNY. I actually had the opportunity to be on that Zoom. Natalie McQueen headed that, the director of transitions, and it was amazing. It was I think it was over 100+ families that was on that Zoom call, and they discussed different programs like CUNY Leads, CUNY Unlimited, Project Reach, and Adaptive Sports. And it allowed families to say, okay, like my student has a life outside of District 75, and just to see where they could go. It was just an amazing workshop to be on. Additionally, there was a student earned income inclusion and the 301s. Upcoming is the guardianship and 17A. Once again, filling out the forms, just piggybacking from 122. And on 120, the summer youth applications were open and is set to close on 227. So please be on the lookout for that. Go through your emails, and if you need any assistance with that, feel free to reach out to me or Nora. Additionally, they have the food handler certification program going on, and Chef Patrick actually let me know that the students were set to take their exams in February. So that was actually amazing to hear, to be honest. I had the opportunity to be in on one of the peer-to-peer and see the students come in, and they really took the program very serious. So it's nice that they were able to get their food handlers. Moving on into the arts. So they have the Saturday arts program is back. So the Arts Academy, they started February 7th. It goes on February 28th, March 7th, March 14th, March 21st, and March 28th. Amanda, who is the director, wanted me to verify that it is not waitlisted. So all families are free to join in. If they mention that is waitlisted, just feel free to reach out to Amanda and she will go ahead and get you guys right in. Uh, 37R had the Saturday enrichment program, which started on 124. And Amanda also wanted me to share that March 24th, there is the film festival happening at MoMA. So this is the superintendent's student advisory. So they've been collaborating, and I've been seeing them. They're getting their voices heard. They've been fundamental with their leadership and collaboration and teamwork, and more so like with the communication and being able to get their needs and wants out. At total, there's 52 student representatives. Additionally, tonight was the start of the Cultural Career Force. It's a virtual program. It's 16 weeks and it supports career readiness and career classes for art-based programs. And it works along with museums and nonprofits. Additionally, it includes field trips with art-based organizations and careers. So as you can see, there's a lot happening at District 75 as always. So thank you. And I will also be sending out this overview of this and to register for the links. Thank you guys so much.
Alrighty, I want to say thank you to the district. As you guys can see, we have a wonderful team doing wonderful work, and we are so happy to be in collaboration and partnership as you continue to do the work for our 30,000 children, family, and students. As you hear Christian in the background, he said, thank you guys. And praise the Lord. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and move into public comment. This is where you attendees have 2 minutes each to state your questions, ask comments, etc., to the council and to the superintendent. If you would please raise your hand to be recognized, and we will give you the floor. If you do have any questions or concerns, council members, if you have any questions or concerns that you would like to uplift to the district, please let us know as well right now. Mr. Mahoney, I see your hand is raised. You have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for meeting, and I have a quick question for Dr. McCoy. Well, it was nice to hear you had such a great surprise visit by mistake, and sometimes it's things that we don't plan for turn out really great.
Yes. How you
My
doing?
question, I'm doing good. So
Good.
my question is,
I owe you a phone call. I know.
that's okay, but I'm curious. Were you able to make any headway concerning with Dr. Preto on collaborating on getting some of our District 75 children at least a little taste of music? Because to see all those general ed schools when I'm doing my visits and they got a music room, but District 75 kids they get art, but they don't get a little taste of the music. And all our children, 75 in gen ed, all have a way to use music as communication and to express themselves. So I'm very curious if you had any success with that.
So I haven't spoke to Superintendent Preto, but I will. I know I owe you a phone call so we can chat. So I will reach out to him and ask him. And it's his program, right? It's the Gen Ed program that we want to get them included in, just for me to
Yeah,
remember. Yeah, okay.
correct. Because I spoke with a District 75 principal, Miss Amano. So she's the site on 13th and 63rd. It's a new school. And
Okay.
once again, I noticed these instruments, and it's thinking outside the box. I don't know if it's feasible because I know the teachers also have to be special ed certified for our District 75 kids. But why not 80% of the time with general ed and 20% with our District 75 kids? So at least one day a week they have something. So I don't know if that's feasible. There's contract, there's all sorts of rules. Um, but at least to see to whatever extent possible where there is a program in general ed, like let's see if that's doable,
Okay.
and that's basically, like I don't know the nuts and bolts. We leave it to people like yourselves, who are administrators. And I know contractual rules, like that at times is a hurdle. But just like I heard somebody share with a UFT leader there a long time, our teachers got our kids spreadsheets set hard too. And it's just trying to do in a collaborative manner to make
Yeah.
it work for everybody.
Yes. Okay. Is that Principal Rosa's school or Principal Ruda, the D75 principal?
That's Principal Rose's school.
Rosa. Okay.
But I can't speak for Principal Ruda, but I'm sure that she would be delighted. As all our 75 schools and kids would with but it's so one little step at a time. So I just noticed it there. But as I visited, like I'd say, at least half a dozen sites, I hit one today, and I'll be at another one tomorrow. So I'll be up there on Avenue P. So that's just something that I tend to notice that our kids get art, but sometimes with music, they don't seem to have that same experience. And
Okay.
I won't get into the Metro card, but listen, our kids get bus service, yeah, back and forth to school, but they should be entitled to the same benefit that the kids that have it. And even if you're a general ed kid and you walk to school 8 blocks on your summer vacation and after school and weekends, you should have a Metro card to go to a cultural event, go see a play, something with your family. Because a family with 3 kids, mom or dad is paying $24 to take those kids if they don't have a Metro card. The same way we give all our kids free lunch to feed the belly, give them a Metro card to help feed the mind.
Absolutely. And our council and the district are working on the behalf of our students to make sure that we hear your voice and parents' voices, and we do the most and the best, not just the most, the best for our children. So your voice is heard, and we will continue to uplift, communicate with you, and keep you heard as we move forward. Do we have any other attendees who may have feedback, a comment, or a question?
Then I would like the motion to.
Bonilla, Vice President Bonilla.
I would just like to share that PEP meeting is this month. And if anyone could join us to please support all of our Queen's proposals, that would be very helpful. And that's all. Thank you.
Yes, and please know that we have a district that's batter swinging. Know that our children are a part of anywhere that we are. They're a part of our community, and there are some people who don't understand what that may look like. They may be scared of what that may look like, and it's not for us to make them less scared. It's for us to make a space for our children and community. And sometimes we have to show up and add an extra voice so that they understand that we are a part of the community. We deserve to be served by the community, and we ain't going nowhere. Okay. That being that, council members, for next month, do we have anything that we want to add to the agenda for next month? If not, we can add it to an email. It can be sent in later. Thoughts and or considerations? I know it's cold. I know y'all want to go home. I tried to get you out. We've done great work. So if you guys want to email me the options for the agenda, I don't see any other considerations or concerns. Member Rivera?
Yes. I wanted to add, I think I see Brooklyn Public Library in the chat, and I also see one of the vendors, Mark Wood from Include NYC.
Okay.
That were present, and I think they wanted to share on a comment, but I think I'm hearing that having trouble with the mic or something.
And if not, we can always make space for them to come into workshops and or speak on our next meeting. I wasn't aware that they were going to need the floor for this particular meeting. I know we have about 4 minutes before we have to let our members free. Thank you so much for the engagement. I know you did some great work at Include NYC, so I don't want to not give people the floor, but we don't have a lot of space. Did you guys want to briefly speak in this meeting, and then we can make a little bit more time in an additional space?
We have 2 minutes before we have to leave the building.
Yes. But we can accommodate. I don't want to make anyone, I know for my members, I want to make sure that they get out of the building, but it's cold and they travel very far. So we want to be appropriate for them. However, for our vendors, if you'd like, we can make a separate email, separate space, and make sure that you have the full time that you would need to have a discourse with our communities and workshops. How does that sound? Fuck you. Christian Angel. Rivera, I can't.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I would have liked to give them at least a minute or something.
That's what I just asked. I didn't get any feedback. So I do want to, those of us that are at home, we have to have the consideration that half of our council is in person and they will be traveling, getting home after 10 p.m. tonight. So we do want to make the consideration of accountability to them. So I didn't hear anyone come off of mute. Is anyone able to unmute quickly?
Hello.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I had trouble unmuting myself. My phone froze because I'm in the cold. But I would love to be more involved with District 75 schools. I work with the Brooklyn Public Library Inclusive Services Department. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that. That's the department that serves children with disabilities and teens as well. And we're always looking to visit more schools and come, we know it's not always accessible to come to every library. It's not easy. So we would love to come to more schools. So if you're interested in having us come to you, get the kids registered for library cards and the teachers as well, we have educator cards. We would love to come and also do story time visits and work at your fairs.
And I want to add this in, Eva, you didn't know, but Natalie McQueen is going to be reaching out to you. We are trying to duplicate what you're doing in the Bronx and what we're doing in Brooklyn to make Queens Library more inclusive. It's actually a part of our goals for our council. We've already been in conversations and we would love to talk to you to see what we can duplicate for Queens because our kids matter, libraries are loud, and our babies should be able to participate. So we are looking forward to further collaborations with the library. Thank you so much for
coming. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Council members, do we have any other feedback or?
Thank you. Can we unmute Mark, President Angel? I know he couldn't do it himself. That was the other person.
He should be able to. We don't have anything that would stop. Let me attempt for 1 minute, and then we will have to let our council members. I don't think Mark is on the call anymore.
I see Mark.
Hello,
I see
hello.
Mike.
Yes, go ahead, Mark. You have 1 minute.
Hi there. Thank you, Council Member Rivera, for the time. It was great meeting you at the Include Fair. I'm Mark Stafford Wood. I am the president of Sock Rock Soccer COA, Kids of All Abilities Soccer Program. We offer soccer classes from kids 4 to 21 for kids with autism, ADHD, and Down syndrome. We'd love to come to any of the schools to give demonstrations so that any of these kids can enjoy the joy of soccer, movement, inclusion, confidence building. And with the World Cup coming up this year in the USA, Mexico, and Canada, it's a great opportunity for the kids to get involved in a team sport that really builds their confidence and self-esteem. Thank you so much.
So that we can distribute. I'm sorry, Mr. Wood, could you repeat the name of your organization and could you also forward us an email with information about you guys?
Absolutely.
Well, yes, it's Sockrock, SOCROC, soccer.
It's all right. Okay. At Okay, it'll be in the transcripts. I will actually reach out to Councilmember Rivera so that we can continue these conversations. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing up. We will make sure that we give you more time. It's very cold, council members. I do want to make sure you make it home and get in warmly. We know your students do have school on tomorrow. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Elijah seconds.
It is 8:31. Our council meeting for CCD 75 February calendar meeting is adjourned again at 8:31. Thank you so much, council members. Thank you, attendees. Thank you, district. Looking forward to our next meeting, which will be the first Wednesday in March, which is March 4th. You may sign up on our website. See you guys. Stay warm. See you soon.
Thank you, Christy. You did great.
Have a great night.